This week on Simply Ming, Boston's very own rising star chef Will Gilson is going to join me in my kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's gonna help us cook.
Will, the chef and owner of Puritan & Company in Cambridge, is going to help me cook up some duck two ways with citron peppercorn. Will is going to be making duck breast with hay-roasted carrots and pistachios. Hey, it's the first time ever in 14 years we've had hay. And I'll be making some pressure-cooked duck legs with citron peppercorn and Yukon Gold potato fried rice. That's all coming up next as we cook at home, right here on Simply Ming. Hey, welcome to Simply Ming. I got my buddy here, Will Gilson. Will, nice to have you in the house, buddy.
Thank you for having me. It's a great kitchen.
Thank you. So we're gonna be cooking duck two different ways. He's using breast and I'm using legs. Citron peppercorn is gonna be used in both. But brother, we're gonna make a cocktail to start us off. All right?
That's how I like to cook.
So this is a 4-point swizzle. It's a very cool drink that has a swizzle stick, and I'll show that. So this is some fantastic Indian rum, actually. A couple ounces of that. Nothing says good cooking than a good cocktail. Then we're gonna use a little of this Falinum, which is from Barbados, right? Just a 3/4 ounce of this. You guys do some great cocktails at Puritan.
We do, yeah.
Right? Absolutely. Fresh lime juice, right? You're gonna take all your time to make a good cocktail. Make sure you squeeze on your own lime. So 3/4 ounce of that. I'm gonna use a little bit of grenadine. So about a 1/2 ounce of that. Then just a bar spoon of the maraschino cherry, right, liqueur, which is deliciously sweet.
Nothing like the Shirley Temples that it.
Oh God, my kids still like their Shirley. All right, well, fill me up with a bunch of ice.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna use this cool thing called a swizzle stick, and we'll take it in the glass.
Oh yeah, my bad.
And it's very cool. It's perfect. So then you get this, and you actually swizzle this, and you lift it up to the top. You do this for about 1.5 minutes. And what happens, besides, of course, is mixing everything together, it really starts frosting the glass, and it makes it such a deliciously chilled drink. All right? So, great mix. Then we just top it with a little bit of sherry on top.
Very underrated cocktail ingredient.
Oh, God, I love sherry. And then just a couple of drops of bitters. Just like this. Bitters always shoot out like that. I have no luck with that. But as you can tell, this was done 2 minutes ago. See that great frost you have on the glass? That's what happens when you swizzle. So my friend, you get the fully frosty
I get that one. My man.
I know this one's gonna frost. Cheers to you.
Cheers. Thank you.
See how this thing came out.
Oh yeah, that's gonna help us cook.
Like it?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go cook some duck.
Let's do it.
Come on. All right, Will, what's your dish, buddy?
So we're gonna do a little bit of pan-roasted duck breast, served with some hay-roasted carrots. Let's start with the duck.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what it is about ducks with people, but I seem to always be really intimidated by them. But ducks are great. I mean, there's so much flavor to them. You know, duck fat has now become this sort of trendy ingredient. Adds tons of flavor. You can use it in place of some sort of fry oil. So take that fat, just trim that off. Now let's break down our duck breast, and then I gotta make sure you're okay with my butchering style for your legs for your dish.
No, I'm not worried. So we're gonna use a whole duck. Will's gonna be using the two breasts. I'm gonna be using the legs. So just like we should all do, we should use the whole animal.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, whole animal butchery doesn't have to just be, you know, pigs and cows. I mean, that's kind of difficult to do as the home cook.
Right.
You can treat that with chickens. You know, always buy a whole chicken and use all the parts.
Yeah.
Saves money, too.
Not only saves money, you know the freshness of it. When you get the whole thing, you can tell. I mean, like this duck, you can see and smell how beautiful fresh is. Should I trim this up for you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, so usually there's all this extra fat, so you can take that off. And this fat you can save. You can take that fat and then render it down. Duck fat, searing potatoes.
Oh,
it's gotta be one of the best things ever. Awesome, so you cook a lot of duck at Puritan Company?
Yeah, at one point I felt incredibly responsible for killing a sizable amount of ducks in Boston.
And when you cook these breasts, do you score them or not?
You know, I don't score them. I know that that's maybe a little different than what the norm is sometimes, but
why not?
For me, I find that I actually like to get a nice crispy, almost kind of bacon layer of that skin right here, and then have a little bit of the fat underneath. I think it's like that pork belly mentality. You know, you get that kind of nice, chewy fat as well as the crispy skin. So, all right, well, let's get these guys seasoned up here. Okay. Just a little bit of salt.
Grab the pepper here for you.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah.
All right. There we go.
Everybody's always shocked about how much salt chefs use.
You know, but you have to, because this is an inch thick, right?
Right,
If you don't,
and you think about it, once it's going to hit this pan over here, all that fat's going to render out,
Right.
and a lot of that salt's going to go with it.
Exactly.
So we go right over to our cast iron skillet here. You know, these guys that you see rendering already, these guys have been going for about 15 minutes or so.
Right.
Now look at that skin. Look at how nice and, you know, it's
beautiful.
like brown and, you know, golden. But now we're going to put these guys in. And
by the way, chef didn't add any fat whatsoever to
it's a
this
dry
pan.
pan.
So all of this fat in there is just from 2 breasts, right? And it's a low medium heat, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to go fast because otherwise you'll burn the skin.
No.
And the one thing about duck that I make it perfectly clear is not chicken, right?
No.
So duck you want to eat medium rare to medium, right?
Right.
You don't need to worry about cooking it to 160. It ends up tasting like liver when you cook duck too much.
exactly, you get this irony flavor.
All right, hey, it's the first time ever in 14 years we've had hey
Hey, listen,
for
I
Simply
mean,
Me.
you know, the amount of guests that have been here and you being here as well, I wanted to make sure I brought my A game. So, so hay, you know, first time I had this, I was in Italy, and I had a hay roasted ham. And the flavor that came off of this ham was unbelievable. It takes on this like toasty, nutty, cinnamon flavors to it. Unbelievable. So, what we do at the restaurant is we roast carrots in it. Starting with the hay.
Okay.
Grab those scissors right there.
Okay.
And we got to trim it up to fit just kind of inside of this cast iron right here. So, you know, if the hay gets outside of it, it can cause a fire hazard or it just burns and it's not good. So,
And this is just hay from your farm, right? Because your parents own a farm.
yeah, this is from a farm right next to theirs. You got to make sure that you get hay from a reputable source. You don't want to find like a field mouse wrapped up inside of it when you're trying to do a dish like this. So, while I'm finishing up this, you want to trim off the tops of those carrots right there.
Okay. Just to what? Just to the top?
Yeah, just to the top right there.
Okay.
All right, so let's take those carrots. We're going to throw them right in here. Pull off these final duck breasts right here.
Can rest them right there, chef.
Yeah, perfect.
Those look awesome.
Yes.
So it's amazing. So when you're cooking duck breasts, it's 15 to 20 on the fat skin side, and then probably 4 to 3 on the meat side.
Yeah, super fast. So all we actually really need in here is a little bit of salt.
Any pepper?
A little bit of pepper.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And a splash of water.
Yep.
Just a little bit of it to make it steam. And then we're going to take
More
just
hay?
a touch more hay. I don't know how any other way to describe it, that it just gets this awesome kind of like warm autumn spice flavor to it. We're going to take this, top on. If you don't have one of these awesome cast iron things, you can just use roasting pan, a little bit of foil on top. And we're going to go right into the oven. We got 400 degrees here. And we're gonna let this go for about 30, 40 minutes. Check it after 30 just in case your carrots are a little smaller,
So did you try to do a whole ham or meat or lamb shank and all that stuff?
I have done a leg of lamb. That's been about the only one I've done. And I really like it. I think it's intimidating to try to have people at home do that kind of thing because, it's a big piece of meat.
I hear you.
Sauce. This is a little kind of honey Szechuan peppercorn sauce. Now, the funny thing about some of the critiques that I get running a sort of modern American New England themed restaurant is using ingredients like Szechuan peppercorns. When you use the Szechuan peppercorns, I find that it just gives this kind of almost umami quality to the sauce when you're doing this.
All right, so that was just water and honey.
So just water and honey. Yeah, we're just going to make a little syrup out of this. Okay. And so after about 5 minutes or so, we're going to get this nice sort of,
use that there.
Yeah, just this nice kind of like,
so you just reduce the water
reduce
out.
it down. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And then we're going to add in to this sauce back here some chicken stock.
Okay. You want this on low?
Yeah, that'd be great. Actually, you can go medium. Let's get this thing rolling. Okay. So we've got some chicken stock here.
Good.
We're going to add these Szechuan peppercorns.
Okay.
And we're going to let this reduce down to about a cup and a half. Once that comes off and we're ready to go, we're going to add in a little bit of rice vinegar right at the end, just like to make that kind of not seem so kind of like fatty and rich, almost like a gastrique quality. And then we're going to chop a little bit of this rosemary. And then the final garnishes we're going to have here is some wonderful toasted pistachios and a little bit of ground coriander.
Easy peasy. So carrots there, this is reducing. We come back, we get to plate this dish up.
Fantastic.
All right, stick around. All right, Will, so it's been 35, 40 minutes for these carrots?
Yeah, it should be just about done. Should be some awesome aroma coming off of them as soon as we pull that off. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm just gonna strain out the sauce right here.
Okay.
Just gotta get these Szechuan peppercorns out. It's not like it's bad for you to eat them, but I just find that like they can be a little kind of tough to palate. So pull them out discard them, and then we're just gonna put the sauce right back into the bowl.
I do anything with these carrots for you?
Yeah, and those carrots, let's pull them out. You can see that shaking off that hay. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. But we just want to take these guys and cut them right down the middle like that, because when they're done, they got this autumn color on the outside and this like beautiful, vibrant
Dude, those
orange
are
on the
beautiful.
inside.
All right, I'll take care of this.
All right, so I'm gonna put a couple shakes of this rice vinegar here inside of our sauce. Just kind of give it a nice little acidic bite right on the end. And finishing off with rosemary. Now, I always put my herbs in at the end. I just think that it's where we're gonna get the best flavor. And rosemary is always such a daunting one because everybody doesn't know how to chop it. It goes all over the place. So I just take my rosemary right here, I just pull it kind of back against the grain right here, and then all of these little sprigs of rosemary end up pointing the same direction, make it really easy for you to chop. So just go right back through this guy.
I think you're right, and you don't need to use as much then, right? Because
No.
you're putting it at the very end.
Right at the end, it's just gonna be about like a tablespoon for the sauce for a bunch of people. So we're just gonna throw this rosemary right in here.
These
at the
carrots
end.
have fantastic aroma.
Just got our sauce here.
So that sauce is done. You don't add any more fat because you have the the nice rich.
No. We're gonna keep. I mean, the duck's nice and fatty, so
Right.
let's. I'm gonna smash up a few of these pistachios here.
Okay.
This is gonna be our final garnish.
I'm actually going to open up a beautiful Pinot Noir here.
Oh, fantastic!
This is from the Russian
Really
River Valley. I mean,
Worked up a thirst after this cocktail and all this cooking.
There's nothing better, I think, with duck than Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that's the classic.
So I'm gonna
combination.
slice up the duck breast right here, and
Okay.
we've let it rest after it came out of
Right.
the pan because if you just go right into it, see all this blood that's down here,
Yeah.
that's just gonna pour right out of it. This is just kind of natural what you have here.
Right.
And what I like to do is keep this nice crispy duck breast skin right here. Is I put it skin side down, and then I just cut my slices
Right.
from the meat side.
Okay.
That way, my skin gets cut with the sharpest part of the knife right at the end of it,
Right.
not at the start. This other one right here too.
All right.
'Cause I don't know about you, but I worked up an appetite. All
Oh, dude, it smells so good. Can't wait.
right, so we're just gonna go here with our duck breast.
Love it. That's perfect. Nice and pink. And it's important. That resting is so key because if you slice a duck breast while it's hot, all the blood, all the juice will just run out and you end up with gray duck.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna take our carrots right here, right down the middle,
Fantastic.
and finish our duck. A little bit of pistachio,
Love it.
and we're just gonna finish up our duck breast. Just right over the top. You don't want it gloopy. You don't
Right.
want it too strong. It's just a little bit of flavor. All right.
Alrighty, chef. Your duck's looking awesome. Here's your glass of Pinot.
Thank you very much. Hey,
dude.
cheers. Thank you
Pleasure.
for having me.
Cheers. Well, that should go. All right, man. 90% of our meals are always standing
Yeah.
up in the kitchen.
I love duck.
So good, dude. It's so tender. Dude, these carrots are ridiculous.
I know.
And I love that rosemary. You added so little.
Right at the end, you don't need to add that much because if you add too much, it just starts to taste like the forest. You know,
Right.
I want it to taste like the farm, not like the forest.
Right. Dude,
Cheers.
you're a hell of a cook. He's not rising star. He's a star now. All right, now you got to be my stew. I'm
Yeah.
going to do the duck legs
do
that we
this.
have. We're going to do a quick little braise, but it's going to be in a pressure cooker. All right, stick around. Using citron peppercorn and duck legs. Chef, great dish, man.
Hey,
Awesome.
thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna take these duck legs. We're gonna put a citron peppercorn salt crust on it and sear them. Well, if you could just do small cuts of the carrots and celery, maybe roll cut in the carrot and just rough chop on that.
Chef.
And the onion. So again, like Will said, you need salt. Salt's your friend. And this is citron peppercorn. Ma la is the secret of Sichuan food. Ma means to numb and la means chili. So we have the citron peppercorn, which numbs you, and then the chili is the spice. That's the la. And when you eat Sichuan food, you actually get your mouth a little bit numb so you can eat more spice. So in here, you can already see we have an open sear function of these beautiful duck legs. Look at these things, right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a really nice, crispy,
Yes.
rendered duck leg. So I'm gonna put another one in here and pull this one out too. All right, you can only do 2 at a time. So these are gonna take about, I don't know, maybe 8 minutes, right? So we get that, looks pretty good, right?
Love that crust.
Yeah, love that. We're also gonna use this great garlic chives. It's onion meets garlic, right? It's fantastic. And these are gonna be added as well to the one pot, right? All this gets cooked in a pressure cooker. It's gonna take about 45 minutes. Normally, it would take probably double that, about an hour and a half. So we're gonna put all these garlic chives in. The last thing I have some potatoes in the oven here. I was just in Hunan with my dad and uncle. We were going to see our roots, right? It was unbelievable, but in this really kind of almost ghetto Chinese restaurant, they did a fried rice that had potatoes, which I thought was so interesting, and they were Yukon Gold. So, and I asked how they did. They said, well, you just boil the potato. Here we roasted it instead, all the way through. Slice them up. They actually put color on the potatoes first, and then just a little garlic, ginger, and rice. They made this great Yukon Gold fried rice.
You need me to dice up this this potato?
Just thin slice, not too thin, about a 1/4 inch slice would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we got to get these duck legs nice and rendered. It's going to take about another probably 8 minutes, and then everything you see here is going to go into the pressure cooker, and we're going to cook up the duck legs. So see you in 8. All right, well, so it takes about 6 to 8 minutes to get this type of color.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for, right? You really want to render some of the fat off. And in here, it's amazing, but we have more than a 1/4 cup of duck fat.
Don't throw it away.
Don't throw it away. So, sir, give me all that mirepoix.
Yeah,
Carrot, celery,
absolutely.
onions, dump it all in here.
Right in.
Thank you. We're gonna get garlic chives in here too. And we're gonna just sweat this down. It's gonna probably take about 2 minutes to sweat this down. Maybe a little black pepper and salt for me, chef. I got
Sure.
the salt here. Like that.
Black pepper.
Please. I'm not gonna add a lot of salt because I know there's some soy sauce in my future for this. But here we just wanna, again, just take about, 2 minutes to sear this. And then we're gonna deglaze with some Shaoxing, add stock, and duck legs go back in. So we'll let this go. But let's go ahead and do some rice here.
Sure, you want to grab it out of the rice cooker?
Yeah. In here, we have these potatoes that Will sliced up perfectly. And what I want to do is get a little color on the potatoes first. Then I'm going to add some garlic ginger to it. I don't want to add the garlic ginger now because I don't want it to burn. But big potatoes. These potatoes are going to break up a little bit when we make this rice. So what we're going to do here is get some color on these, flip them, and then we're going to add the rice to it. All right, so this is going to take 2 minutes. That's going to take 2 minutes. When we come back, we're going to make some fried rice. The duck's going to go in the pressure cooker. And we're going to have a great duck dish.
Yes.
All right, well, it's been about 5 minutes to see all this mirepoix get sweated down, which is what I'm looking for. Now I'm going to add a heaping tablespoon of garlic and then 2 of ginger. I didn't want to add the garlic in the beginning because I don't want it to burn. And then here, I don't know if you ever had these little Chinese chilies, they're really spicy. So we're going to add, I love heat. So this is the La. And then, so when we eat this, just know not to eat a whole one of these.
Yeah.
This is going to get a good kick. All right, so this we can just saute quickly. So now we're going to deglaze a little bit of Shaoxing wine. This is from Shaoxing in China. If you can't find Shaoxing wine, any good dry sherry would also work. All right, so then just mix that around. Then we can take our duck legs, our heroes. They can go back in like this. And then a little bit of chicken stock just to cover.
There you are, chef.
Thank you. Just want to cover to the level of the duck, like that. And here, this is the key, as you know, chef. How the braising liquid tastes now is how the duck's going to taste later, right? So the most important thing for me here is salt and pepper. Is it seasoned enough, right? I'm not concerned that the duck legs are still raw because it's not chicken, right? So, all right, so that's perfectly seasoned, so that's good to go by my count. And just a dash of tamari. That's it. So now we can take this, we can cover the pressure cooker like this, all right? Lock it, which is key, seal it, and then here we're gonna go pressure cook for 45 minutes. Boom, done. So in 45 minutes, we're gonna have beautiful, fall off the bone duck legs. So as we're doing that, the last thing we can do is get together the fried rice. Look how these potatoes came out, right? Nice and colored, right? They're gonna break down a little bit when I add my fried rice to it. Give me a little garlic ginger, chef.
Yeah, absolutely, chef.
So just a touch of garlic ginger on the side, just to have a little bit of flavor. Don't need a ton. A little garlic, like that. then again, for those who have been watching for many, many years, I've always said use leftover rice to make fried rice, but honestly, it's even better with fresh rice because it's lighter, you don't need as much oil. And
Wouldn't it pick up a little bit more flavor there, kind of like the grains being open just like that?
yeah, I love it. So this is a double starch dish, right? By the way, this is our house rice. House rice meaning the rice I use at my home and both my restaurants. 50% brown rice and 50% white rice.
I love that.
All right, so this is very simple. We're gonna heat this all the way through. And by the way, because it's hot rice, this is already hot. So we're gonna let this cook, get a little crisp. Duck legs take, again, it's gonna be 43 minutes. Then we get to eat. Stick around. All right, it's been about 45 minutes, right?
That's exciting.
Let's let the steam out, right? Because obviously it's been cooking under pressure. Check out our fried rice here. Oh, that's awesome. I love it when you get this croquant, this kind of crispiness on the rice. Hope I made my ancestors proud. So there's our fried rice. Okay, let me serve you a little of this.
Thank you.
So I love this Yukon Gold fried rice. Just a little bit of garlic ginger. And we're gonna be able to serve the duck leg on top of this. Right? There we go.
Smells so great.
Yeah, it's just, both my dad and I in Hunan were like, those look like potatoes. And of course there's potatoes in China. You just never thought they'd be it in fried rice, right? All right, so again, I have to wait. It's gonna take about another minute. We're gonna let this thing steam out, then we plate it up. All right, so once you can pull it off, there's no more pressure. Oh, look at these.
I've got to get me one of these.
Ah, look at these duck legs. Oh my God. Looking so good,
Yes.
right? Literally fall off the bone duck legs. Definitely want the broth, all that fantastic mirepoix, the garlic chives, and you can really smell that, the mala, right? The Sichuan peppercorns and the chilies. Oh my God. There we go, chef. May I serve you?
Oh, please.
All right, duck leg one. Boom, baby.
Yeah, some of that broth.
Duck broth.
Thank you very much.
All right, dude, bon appetit. Go to town. See how we did.
Oh, it's so good. The spice is just right, too.
Like
Not
a-
too crazy.
But you get that little numbing effect, right? From
Yeah.
Sichuan peppercorn.
Oh, I love it.
I love the crunchy rice. I love these potatoes.
I know.
Are crunchy too, right?
Such a different texture. You wouldn't
Right.
think they'd be in there.
Oh my God. But literally, when I say fall off the bone, I mean fall off the bone.
Pull the bone right
Literally, the bone comes right out. Oh my God, you could eat this. I could eat this all day long. As a reminder, Will did a fantastic duck breast dish with hay roasted carrots. We did these great duck legs, my friend.
Hey,
I think we did the ducks proud.
I think we did all right.
You know
Yeah,
what?
we honored them.
Yes, we did. Awesome, dude. Thanks so
Hey,
much.
cheers. Thanks for
Continued
having me.
success at Puritan Company, and his star has already risen. Will Gilson. So thanks for being here.
Cheers, man.
All right, and all you out there, thanks as always for watching Simply Ming. We love you, and peace and good eating. Cheers.